Do you want to play a shield-wielding frontliner that protects their teammates and focuses on a tactical playstyle? Hey Dungeon Crawlers, Conrev here with another low-level build guide for Dungeons & Dragons 5e. This time, I'll be covering a build for Artificer Fighter utilizing the Armorer and Rune Knight subclasses. Let's get into it. For race, our choice is none other than Variant Human. We could go custom lineage, but if you're using point buy, the 2+1s are what we need to round off both our strength and intelligence to an even 16. In addition to the +1s, we also get a skill proficiency and a feat. For our level 1 feat, we're going to pick Shield Master. Whenever you take an attack action, you can use a bonus action to shove a creature within 5 feet of you. To shove a creature, you'll contest your athletics against the target's athletics or acrobatics, whichever they choose. And if you succeed, you can choose to either push the target 5 feet away or knock it down prone. Shield Master also lets you add your shield's bonus AC to any dexterity saving throw you make against a spell or other harmful effect that targets only you. A shield gives +2 AC, so that's a free +2 bonus to your dex saves on effects that only target you. And the last effect of Shield Master reads, if you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you can use your reaction to take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw. Basically, when you make a dex save and take half damage, you can use your reaction to negate that damage completely. For stats, we're going to stick with point buy. The goal is to have strength and intelligence as our primary stats and constitution as secondary. We'll put 15 points in strength, 10 in dexterity, 14 in constitution, 15 in intelligence, 8 in wisdom, and 8 in charisma. With the +1s from Variant Human in strength and intelligence, those stats round up to an even 16. Next up, we're looking at level progression. We start with a level in Fighter, followed by 5 levels of Artificer, and finish out the build with another 2 levels in Fighter. We want to start level 1 as Fighter, mainly for access to heavy armor proficiency. If you start level 1 as Artificer, you'd eventually get access to this proficiency, but it wouldn't be available until level 3 from the Armorer subclass. By starting Fighter, we set ourselves up for a role as a frontliner for the party. Fighter also gets 2 skill proficiencies from a set list, so if you haven't already, make sure you take Athletics. With Shield Master, you'll have the opportunity to shove a lot, and we're going to be capitalizing on that for this build. You also get Second Wind, which lets you, as a bonus action, regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level, and a fighting style. Conventional Wisdom says to take defense for a +1 to AC, but we're going to be taking Interception. When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you with an attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage the target takes by 1d10 plus your proficiency bonus. With correct positioning, Interception is, in my opinion, one of the strongest fighting styles at low level play. On a max roll at level 1, you'd be reducing the damage someone takes by 12, which is at level 1 is basically your whole health bar. At level 2, we take our first level in Artificer. Your first class feature is Magical Tinkering. This is mostly a flavor feature, but it lets you make tiny non-magical objects with various effects. You'll also get 2 cantrips and access to spell casting. I'll go over cantrips and spell choices in a later section. At level 3, we take another level in Artificer, giving us access to Infuse Item. This essentially lets us create magical items through Artificer infusions. You'll be able to imbue 2 items with infusions from 4 infusions of your choice. For this build, I would use the Armor of Magical Strength and Enhanced Defense infusions. You can't infuse one item with multiple infusions, so I would infuse your armor with Armor of Magical Strength and your shield with Enhanced Defense. Armor of Magical Strength has 6 charges. You can use the charges in 2 ways. When you make a strength check or a strength saving throw, you can expend a charge to add a bonus to the roll equal to your intelligence modifier, or you can use a charge to avoid being knocked prone. You regain 1d6 charges every dawn. Because shoves are strength checks, you can use this infusion to increase the success rate of your shoves. Enhanced Defense gives you +1 bonus to AC. Not only does it synergize well with your role as a frontliner, but it also increases the bonus for dex saves from Shieldmaster. If you need more offensive power, you can consider using Enhanced Weapon instead of Enhanced Defense, which will give you a +1 to attack and damage rolls. You can change your active infusions every long rest anyway, so feel free to swap around depending on your anticipated needs. Your fourth infusion can be anything you like. At level 4, we continue in Artificer and get our Armor subclass. The class features the right tool for the job, lets us magically make any set of Artisan's tools. Tools of the trade is where we would get proficiency with heavy armor if we didn't start off as fighter, and it also gives us proficiency in smith's tools or any other type of Artisan's tools if we already have it. The spells Magic Missile and Thunder Wave are now always prepared and available as Artificer spells. You can also turn your armor into arcane armor, which allows you to ignore the armor's strength requirement, use the armor as a spellcasting focus, the armor can't be removed against your will, and you can put it on and take it off as an action. Interestingly, you can also use the armor to replace any missing limbs to full function. Your arcane armor also has two armor models, Guardian and Infiltrator, which you can change between whenever you short or long rest. Each model also has a special weapon that you can use your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dexterity to attack with. For this build, we'll be focusing exclusively on the Guardian model. The Guardian model has two features. Thunder Gauntlets deals 1d8 thunder damage on hit and imposes disadvantage on the target's attack rolls against targets other than you until the start of your next turn. And Defensive Field gives you temporary hit points equal to your Artificer level as a bonus action. At level 5, we're at Artificer level 4 and can grab either an ability score increase or a feat. If you decide to take an ability score increase, your choice is between Strength or Intelligence. Strength will give you better shoves overall, but Intelligence increases your spell save DC, spell hit, number of prepared spells, and better shoves through Armor of Magical Strength. If you want to take a feat instead, I suggest the Mobile feat. This increases your speed by 10 feet. Dashing over difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement, and after you make a melee attack, you don't provoke attacks of opportunity from the target. The extra movement speed is always useful for melee class, but the ability to ignore attacks of opportunity lets you do things like attack an enemy with your Thunder Gauntlet, use a bonus action to shove them prone, then move away. You then force that enemy to use half their movement speed to get back up. Then they have to decide if they want to use more movement to catch up to you or attack someone else closer with disadvantage. At level 6, we take our last level in Artificer. This gives us extra attack, which lets us attack twice, giving us the ability to attack with advantage on the second attack after a successful shove prone. We also get second level spells, including Mirror Image and Shatter as armor spells. At level 7, we get our second level in Fighter and gain access to Action Surge, which gives us another action every short or long rest. At level 8, we'll choose the Rune Knight subclass. At this level, Rune Carver gives you access to 2 runes from a pool of 4. Each rune has a passive and active effect that recharges on a short or long rest. The Cloud rune gives you advantage on sleight of hand and deception checks. And when you invoke the rune, when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction and choose a different creature within 30 feet of you other than the attacker. The chosen creature becomes the target of the attack using the same roll. This magic can transfer the attack's effects regardless of the attack's range. The Fire Rune doubles your proficiency bonus for any ability checks you make that use your proficiency with the tool, and when you invoke the rune, when you hit a creature with an attack using a weapon, you summon Fiery Shackles. The target takes an extra 2d6 fire damage, and it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained for 1 minute. While restrained by the shackles, the target takes 2d6 fire damage at the start of each of its turns. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, banishing the shackles on a success. The Frost rune gives you advantage on animal handling and intimidation checks. When you invoke the rune as a bonus action for 10 minutes, you gain a +2 bonus to all ability checks and saving throws that use strength or constitution. You'll definitely want to take this rune to enhance your shoving ability. The stone rune gives you advantage on insight checks and dark vision to 120 feet. When you invoke the rune, when a creature you can see ends its turn within 30 feet of you, you can use your reaction to force the creature to make a wisdom saving throw. Unless the save succeeds, the creature is charmed by you for 1 minute. While charmed in this way, the creature has a speed of 0 and is incapacitated, descending into a dreamy stupor. The creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success. The last class feature is Giant Might. As a bonus action, you gain the following effects for 1 minute. If you're smaller than large, you become large. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and once per turn, you can add 1d6 damage to one of your attacks on hit. Finally, we'll go over cantrips and spells that best synergize with this build. I would recommend taking a ranged cantrip such as Firebolt, Frostbite, or Ray of Frost, and for the second cantrip, either Lightning Lure or Thorn Whip as a reposition tool. Not only will you be able to push and knock down enemies, you'll be able to pull them too. For first level spells, Absorb Elements, Fairy Fire, False Life, Grease, and Tasha's Caustic Brew are great choices. For second level spells, Blur, Enhance Ability, Enlarge Reduce, and Web are my recommended picks. Artificer has a great pool of utility spells. Both Grease and Web combo especially well with your ability to move enemies around either by pushing or pulling them into the hazards. Mirror Image also synergizes well with your Thunder Gauntlets, since the mirror images are considered a target other than you. Whenever a mirror image duplicate is attacked, it's attacked with disadvantage. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this low-level build guide for Artificer Fighter. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. See ya.